We teach best what we know best. That is only what we can teach, is what we know. We teach from the knowledge we have and the experiences we have gained in our life. The older generation always turns around and says, it was said to me, and it's been said to you, and you will also in turn say it to the next generation. We lived through some fantastic times. It was so easy for us. You are going to live through a very difficult time. It's going to be tough for you. And we feel sorry for you that you haven't had as good a time as we have had. And each generation has done this without realizing that each generation lives through a fantastic time. And they live through a time that belongs to them. The time that you people will live through does not belong to us. And we can only teach you what we know, like I said, our knowledge and our experiences. But the one thing we need to teach you is to think. That is the most important. Because the knowledge that we have, once we pass that on to you, it may be immaterial, inconsequential in the time that you are going to live. Because things will be very different. We can only try and imagine what life is going to be like 30 years from today. Even our wildest imaginations probably will be wrong. And going back to 30, 40 years ago, when we were growing up, when we were in school, we even wondered whether we would see the year 2000. The world was expected to end before that. If for no other reason, there was expected to be a nuclear war and everybody would get wiped out and the world would come to an end. We could never have imagined the life we lead today and our cell phones and the technology we have. So that is proof for me that the life you people will live, the world you will live in, is going to be very different. We don't need to go looking for aliens in other planets. That life could actually be alien to people from my generation. So what we have to do is we have to prepare you to be able to see, understand, and deal with the world that you're going to be confronted with. That is what we have to do, is equip you to be able to deal with it. My subject is the environment, and so I'm here to talk to you about the environment. And the one question that keeps coming up, and I have to keep reminding people, where is the environment? Is it outside? So when we step out of this room and go out of the building, then we will be in the environment? Or is actually us in this room part of the environment? And that is what it is. We are an integral part of the environment. We means humans. I honestly, personally believe that humans were the most unsustainable being on Earth. And the Earth functioned very well without us being in it. Man, and when I say man, I mean the human race, the ability to make tools. Okay, there was a time when the distinction between humans and all the other animals was that humans have the ability to make tools. Of course, now we've learned that a lot of other animals make tools too. Nevertheless, our ability to make tools and make life easier for ourselves, more comfortable and better, has been responsible in increasing the numbers of human beings on Earth. We've extended our life expectancies, we've got improved health because we are eating better, our living conditions are better. And that ability has also been responsible for the destruction of this planet that we live on. So what has gone wrong? From the basic beginning of 2, we are close to 8 billion people who are living on the planet at the same time. And this move from 6 billion to 7 and onwards has happened much faster than 1 billion people were added when it was going from 2 to 3. So what have we done? We have used everything that is available to us from the environment, done innovation, improved our lives, and spoiled the environment. And it is now today an accepted thing. I don't have to go into trying to convince you that the environment is messed up. And it's all around us, whether you are in this country or anywhere else in the world. Those old things that people used to say, there's a lot of fish in the sea, the fish finish. Fishing has been stopped in a lot of places to give fish a chance to come back. There's going to be more plastic in the sea than there will be fish. The highest snow caps, even on Mount Everest, contains more carbon than anything else, and the bad carbon. So we have, it's like as if the environment was our enemy and we've gone after it. So the water, the air, every bit of the environment has humans' effect on it, and you can see the signs, the telltale signs of destruction. So what do we do? Do we just carry on living the life that we are living and just carry on till it becomes worse? And those little memes that you get in Facebook and everywhere else around, I saw a really nice one. There's this guy who's walking around with a huge glass bottle on his back, and there's a plant growing inside that glass bottle. He's got a little light that is giving sunlight to it, and the tubes attached, which then come to him, so he's breathing through there. That's not really possible. So we have to work towards fixing our environment. And that is going to come through innovation. And that is going to come through you people. It has to. There is no other choice. Because we want the human race. I mean, you know, they've been talking about, so we'll all leave the Earth and go to Mars, or an advanced party will go and live on Mars and populate Mars and the other planets, and all the human beings on Earth and Earth itself are expendable. They'll finish off. It's not like that. So what do? We teach you to think. And when you think, you analyze. And when you analyze, you innovate. You change things. And the way I look at it, and again, I have just said that I can only try to imagine what life will be like. So for me, the cell phone that we are using today, this is the best invention after popcorn, probably. I don't think anything after popcorn was as exciting as the cell phone is. There has never been a time when the Earth has been as under stress and endangered by the human beings as it is today. And believe you me, if you remove all the human beings from Earth, Earth is resilient. She'll knock herself back. In a few years, everything will be good again. But what is exciting is that there has never been a time when so many people have been working for the benefit of the planet and all the beings that live on Mother Earth. So we are not only working for human beings, but we are working for the elephants. We are really trying. People tried to save the white rhino. So the last one was put to sleep a little while ago. But science and technology is probably going to make it possible to start that strain again and to have another white rhino come up. And this is what excites me tremendously and gives me so much hope for the time to come. Because there are so many people out there working for the betterment and for the improvement of our environment, for the human race, for the animals, for the birds. And even in the humans, everything about the humans, we are out there, there are people out there who are working, whether it's for their health, whether it's for their education, for their housing, for their employment. So coming back to what I feel is the greatest invention since popcorn, is the cell phone. And this gives us the ability. Now, how do we go about? So what's going to happen? The first thing we need to do, and each one of us is responsible, each one of us has our own footprint. So there's a carbon footprint, and there's a footprint on the soil, and there's a footprint as we walk out of these walls. So the first thing we have to do is we have to look within ourselves. What is it that I am contributing? What is it that I'm leaving behind? First of all, I need to improve what I do. I have to fix all the wrongs that I am doing. Then I have to look within my home and ensure that in my home there is nothing being done which is detrimental to the environment. And once I've finished with my home, then I need to step out and try and fix things that are happening around us. Where does the cell phone come into it? A majority of the people who have an adverse effect on the environment haven't got a clue what they are doing. You will see people who will collect a whole lot of garbage together, through the winter days especially, and even in the summers when the mosquitoes are there. And you'll find them burn the garbage and sit around the garbage, either for heat or for the smoke to drive the mosquitoes away. They have absolutely no clue what that smoke, and that smoke is mostly created by the polythene there is in our environment, what that smoke is doing to them. So they sit around that smoke and get that heat and drive the mosquitoes away. People don't know the effect that their lives are having on the environment. We need to teach them. We need to make them aware. And that is where your cell phone is going to come in use. So what do I look at for you people? What am I expecting from the youth and from the future of our country and our world? Is that you will think, you will look around you, you will analyze, and you will be a part of the solution. This cell phone is just one way, but I think it is the fastest way of creating awareness. Those funny little clips that we keep getting on our phones, and we look at on Facebook and everywhere else, which have millions of hits and views, they should be put to good use. That is how we need to pass the information to everyone else. And I'm extremely, extremely confident and excited to live through a time where I have this kind of a youth in front of me. Because that means that the future of the earth is very bright. Thank you very much.
So,